Hello everybody and welcome back to DIY Diecast. My name is Joe and this is the Hot Wheels and Diecast Collector Show with Joe. I want to thank you all for tuning in again. Got a very random show here again today. These are the kind of shows that I love. Sometimes I try to stick to one theme, one kind of car, one brand, and show a lot of that kind of stuff, but whenever I get to mix it up and show you guys a lot of different kind of stuff from different themes, by far my favorite show to do. And I got a lot of random stuff in this one for sure. If you are a fan of 1/64th scale semi-trucks, you are going to want to stay tuned. Guarantee you've never seen this before. When I open this up, you're going to be like, what? For sure. Got another very special 1/64 scale die-cast semi-truck. We're going to crack it open out of its beautiful display case there. Also, very sadly, we lost an icon of rock and roll history last week, or actually the week before last. And I just found some die-cast that has something to do with that. So we'll go through that as well. Also, last week's show, if you were tuned in, we covered compact hatchbacks. And I left a couple out, a couple of my favorites. Ran across them, and I'll throw those in real quick. We'll take a look at those. Also, we never want to forget the NASCAR feature of the week. Every week we feature at least one NASCAR item, and I got a very cool one to show you today. And we'll be talking about the 1955 and the 1957 Chevy. Yes, I did miss the 1956 in the middle there somewhere. In the 50s, well, all the way up to today, these are classic, iconic collector's cars that almost everybody knows what they are when you mention them by their name. The 55 and the 57 Chevy, very popular cars. Arguably some of the first muscle cars. And I have two just outstanding examples there. I cannot wait for you to see. Also, have you ever heard of Z-Max? Have you heard of anybody talking about them? If you're a serious collector, you probably know what Hot Wheels Z-Max are. Maybe you're new to the hobby. Either way, I'm going to show you some Z-Max. We'll go through and talk about what they are, and we'll look at some of my favorite and some of my not so favorite Z-Max. All that and more coming up. Hang tight. I'm going to come get you, bring me up front and close for the action. Alright, let's just get started. Let's take care of some old business first, then we'll get into the newer stuff here. Last week, as I mentioned, we talked about those wonderful compact hatchback cars, and I don't know how I did it, but I managed to leave a couple out somehow. I've got them right here. I've got to get them out of the packages to put with the other ones. They're getting kind of lonely without their friends. So I want to show you those. First one up, 88 Honda Civic CRX. Man, when I was a kid, these cars were the 69 Camaros. I'm not kidding you. You could do anything with these cars and make them cool. You could put the stance wheels on them. You could throw a set of wire wheels on them, and they were cool. They were kind of already a low-slung car, kind of like a lowrider anyway to begin with. And the best part was, we were kids when these were out, and they were cheap. That meant we could afford to buy them and just do all kinds of cool stuff to them and go crazy with them. And it's definitely a car that I remember from my early days. And there it is in the beautiful red, white, and blue. Very detailed up. All of the decals are very cool. Now look how much trouble they went out back to color in those taillights and the badging, but nothing in the front. Sometimes they do that, but still great looking car, and I want to get that one out, add that to the collection. And then the next one, it's another Honda compact hatchback. This time the 85 Honda City Turbo 2. Very, very Fiat 500 looking, don't you think? I think so. Let's get it out and look at it. Kind of square to look like a Fiat, I guess. But, you know, hey, it's cool. Maybe one of the early Honda Fits. There it is in the silver, number 85. And with the wheels that I absolutely despise on it. I hate these wheels. I hate it when they put them in silver, gold, any color they make them in. I think these are the worst style looking wheels that Hot Wheels has ever made. Absolutely hate to see them on any car. Nonetheless, the car is still pretty cool. Alright, that takes care of the old business. Now let's get into the new topics this week. Alright, as I mentioned, week before last, we lost, sadly, a icon of rock and roll. Someone that I grew up listening to, Ozzy Osbourne, of course. And I was going through my collection, and I found a couple of cars. And they are Jack and Kelly Osbourne. This, of course, being the daughter and son of Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne. And I don't know if they made this set with Sharon and Ozzy. I don't have those cars. But I did find these two, and I thought it'd be a great time to show you these. Maybe you don't have these in your collection. Maybe you never heard of them before. Well, here they are. So let's check them out. First up, and what these came from is back in the, and I can't remember exactly when it was the early 2000s. The Osbournes had a TV show on. It was a hit reality TV show, and it was just like a live TV show of their family in their house. Ozzy, of course, doing some silly, random stuff, just being Ozzy. And Diecast covers a lot of different areas. And this is just something they decided to release. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Let me get a drink real quick here. So sorry about that. You'll have that when you're shooting live. Got my coffee here in my Golden Girls coffee mug. I don't know. But hey, anyway, got these two great cars from the Osbournes. And first up, we got Jack's Jeep, the son of Ozzy Osbourne, of course. This is very, very cool. I want to open it up and get it out of the package. Check out the quality of it and add it to my Jeep collection. And I'm very seriously considering doing a wheel swap on this one. And you will see why. Okay, very cool casting. The details are good. And this looked like the Jeep that Jack had driven in a few of the episodes of the Osbournes. My only complaint is the wheels. Of course, anything that doesn't have rubber tires and great tread on them, I tend to like to replace anyway. But anyhow, it's a great casting. Matchbox Jeep. Way better than the Jeeps they usually do. This is the kind of Jeep that Matchbox usually does. Got a couple different variations of that. This is another TV Mork and Mindy Jeep there. Early TV show from the late 70s, early 80s. There it is. I also have a red one that's kind of like this. And the quality between the two, hands down, they really upped their game on the Osbournes release. Again, that from the early 2000s. Certain you could find that on eBay if you were interested. And maybe they had Ozzy and Sharon's car too. I don't know. These are just the two that I have. Next up, Kelly Osbourne. And this is, you know, first I thought this was a Ford Explorer. That's actually a Mercedes. And it's all done up with the Osbourne's TV theme on it. Weird choice of tires on this one. You'll see when I get it out. Rarely do you see, and for good reason, white letter radial tires on an SUV period, but especially a Mercedes SUV. And there's a good reason why. It just doesn't work. What do you think? Leave a comment in the comments. Do you like the white letter racing tires on your fancy cars? I don't know. Look, it's got a trailer hitch too. Fantastic. Maybe we'll hook this up to a trailer before the show's over with. But there it is, Mercedes SUV, Kelly's from the TV show, The Osbournes. Alright, moving right along. Z-Max. Have you ever heard of them before? Maybe you're new to the hobby. Maybe you're new to collecting. Z-Max stands for zinc, alloy, magnesium, and copper. Okay? And basically what all that amounts to is unpainted Hot Wheels. Throughout the years, they've made different variations and styles of the Z-Max, and they're just unpainted. Now, even though they're unpainted, some of them still have decals on them, which is pretty cool. And I've got some examples of my favorite, what I think is quality Z-Max, and some that I don't like so much. The one I have in my hand is the one that I don't care for very much. It is the classic 80s S10 Blazer. Doesn't have the year on it. It's early to mid to late, all through the 80s is when they made this body style Blazer. But anyhow, there it is, unpainted. And I'm not sure if it's that I don't like this one because it's unpainted for the body style, or if I just never really cared for this casting much in the first place. For me, it's a terrible job of a lifted truck. I always hate to see those big clunky, boxy, generic suspensions on lifted 1/64 scale diecast. I don't, maybe that's it. But anyway, unpainted, Z-Mac, zinc, alloy, magnesium, and copper, unpainted, yet decaled version of the 1/64 scale Chevy Blazer. Okay, that one, not so much my favorite. My all-time favorite Z-Mac, it is that Aston Martin land speed car. Is that crazy or what? Totally stretched out and exaggerated body style of the Aston Martin, and it is fantastic. Absolutely love it with them decals on there. I think the white wheels work on it, and it's just great. That one is one of my favorites for sure. Sorry, I don't know what is happening. Definitely losing my voice. I'll keep wetting it down though, and we'll get through it. Next, another Z-Mac. And now this one may be one that everybody is familiar with. This is, of course, the Porsche Carrera keychain. Have one open here. You could certainly put that right on your keyring, and doesn't have wheels to get caught on anything and to get tore up. But there it is, unpainted Z-Mac Porsche Carrera. It's okay, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Next up, the NASCAR mention of the week. Covered a lot of cool NASCAR diecast, and this week is no exception. This time we have a woman in NASCAR, and it's not the one you're thinking of. Here lately we had Danica Patrick, of course, doing some NASCAR racing. This one is from much earlier. See if I can find the date here. 2002. Racing Champions. And this is Shauna Robinson. Number 49. It's the BAM racing car from Racing Champions. let's get it out and take a look. Starting to build a collection as I build more shelves going around this room of diecast as I open it. So I always like to open it. NASCAR diecast in particular, as you may know, it's not the most valuable stuff in the world. You can certainly get it at a value price. And I like to open up all my diecast. I just do. If I had treasure hunts and expensive cars, which I do from time to time, you will see me open them and get them out of the packages on this show. There it is, the number 49 BAM Racing Shauna Robinson NASCAR from 2002. Fantastic. Moving right along, and I'm gonna have to get you up even more closer and to these next ones that we're looking at, because the details are fantastic and I do not want you to miss them. Very, very, very special diecast. Hang tight, let's get a closer look. Alright, so let's just snatch up some of these cars from the 50s I was talking about. The very, very iconic 1955 and 1957 Chevy. Here we have the 1955 Chevy Bel Air. And you may be able to notice already, this thing, if you don't know what cool is, I'm here to help you. That's what this is, okay? This is cool. Wait till I get this out of the package. Absolutely amazing detail on this 55 Chevy pace car from Johnny Lightning. Absolutely amazing. Official pace car from the 500-mile race, it says, above the rear wheel there. Chevrolet dealership release. And they did not have to give us this many details, but they went all out on this car. Absolutely outstanding. Get it in focus there for you. Every single detail is there, including an opening hood that stays open. Even did two-tone coloring on. We got different colors in there. You know, they didn't just put an engine in there, paint it one color. Oh, they'll be happy with that. No, they went all out on this one. Down to the fantastic badging. Even on the edge of that hood, they painted in the chrome trim. Outstanding details. White wall, period correct tires and hubcaps. Taillights, check. It's all there. Beautifully detailed seats. Just the quality of that 55 Chevy. Just simply amazing. And a very, very iconic American car from the 50s. Now, for possibly the next most or the most popular car from the 50s. And if you thought that that last car had great details, wait till I get this one out of the package. You're not going to believe it. Racing Champions Mint. This is a limited edition, one of 19,997. And I quit talking about it. Let's just get it out and I'll show you. Whoa, there it is, out of the package. I'm speechless, literally. Losing my voice and I'm speechless. The first thing I want to say is I sure hope this has a plastic suspension on it, because I would love to make this one of the lowriders like you have seen in some of my previous videos. A little hard to do with the metal bases, but if this has a plastic base, we are in business. Oh yeah. Alright, look for this upcoming to be a lowrider with full hydraulic setup. Definitely going to do it. Be a little challenging to do with the convertible too. Doesn't give you the ability to hide a lot of the working components of the car. But anyhow, let's get back to the quality of this thing. Check it out. Whoa. Oh no. No. That really just happened. Oh, that's going to be on the bloopers outtake show. Just broke the hood right off of that, just trying to close it. Man, I was talking so highly about the quality of this thing. And the details are fantastic. The gold and silver trim all over this car. Very, very accurate. And wheels and rubber tires. Got the wheel cover in the back. The Continental kit is what they called that. Colored in headlights, tail lights. What I really wanted to talk about was the quality of the interior. Look at that. Two-tone color interior details. This car, I might have to find a way to fix that. That broke right off at the worst place too, right at the hinges. I don't know. What a shame. I would expect this from M2, not from Vintage Racing Champions. Oh, alright. Find a way to fix that. Still, very, very cool car. Things get brittle after being so old. Hey, this thing has been in the package for 30 years or so. Still not bad. Alright, and I told you at the beginning of the show, you've not seen this before. And, man, I'd just about put money on that. I just don't know. I did an eBay search on this, okay? Good luck finding it. And you won't even find it looking underneath. I had to find it underneath some other different search criteria other than 1/64 scale country. Putting every detail on here, I still couldn't find it. But I did eventually. Very, very few of them out there for sale even. Very limited edition Winona Jud racing collectible 196 scale transporter, which you'll see it's very, very, it's close enough to 1/64 scale. I'll show you the entire box, all the licensing information on this side here. That's about it. There's a lot of packaging in here, so I'll just get it open and then we'll take a closer look at it here. Alright, there it is. Now, I guess I should explain. Sometimes I forget that I'm older than some people watching the show. Winona Jud should really go without saying. Very, very famous, wildly famous classic country music singer. Particularly back in the late 80s and the 1990s. Very, very big hit country star. She sang with her mother. Of course, those of you who know who she was might remember. And this is a racing, not a racing collectible, but a collectible geared towards her and her country music singing career. Already, I noticed a few things wrong with this thing. It's a little beat up, and we got some broken parts and a big old scratch. I picked this thing up for like $5 at a flea market, and I think it's still a good deal. I'm going to do some nice customization with it anyway. It'll be fine. But let's check out this. Now, looking at the front grille, I can already tell that is a Kenworth. They call it the Kenworth T something. I can't remember the rest. I'm not that good with my semi-trucks. But I know that that is a Kenworth T something. Very, very good details. Down to the mirror on the side. But it is clearly missing it on the driver's side, sadly. And I got a feeling that this thing had higher exhaust stacks coming out the top. Looks to me like they've been broken off. Maybe that's why I got it for $5. Hey, real rubber tires. And a great country music collectible from Winona Jud. We'll check out the trailer here. Now, that is a country band trailer, and it's a reefer trailer. Huh. I wonder what she was hauling frozen in her band trailer. That's weird. Look at that. On tour 1994. And again, even on the trailer, the fantastic details carry over. Real rubber, accurate tires and wheels. Big old scratch on this side, right down the side there, sadly. But, you know, I would have paid $5 for this anyway, just to get these real rubber, very accurate semi-truck wheels and tires, if nothing else, so that I could customize another one of my semis. But I'm not going to do that here. This is still way too special of a set. Even with the minor broken issues, I think I'll just fix those items that are missing and buff out that scratch and have a great collectible here still. Alright, semi-truck fans, here's another one that is interesting for a few reasons. Okay, first off, let's talk about the brand. Have you ever heard of Malibu International? Okay, that is the brand, and I've never heard of it before. This is my first, and I'm sure only item from Malibu International. I think it's a Freightliner Columbia. Doesn't say. I could be wrong. Comment and let me know what this is out there, truckers. Is that a Freightliner Columbia, or is that some kind of international? Not sure. Let's get it out and see what kind of details Malibu International was putting on their diecast. Alright, there it is close up. Now, being protected in that base, there's absolutely no broken parts. Everything is there on this one. Real rubber accurate tires. Fantastic accurate semi-truck wheels. Every detail is there, and a beautiful blue metallic paint job. And I love those beige seats with that blue. What an amazing detail. You can see them right through that crystal clear windshield. Got the great sleeper cab, see-through windows. You can look right through that truck from one side to the other. And even up in the upper sleeper berth there, very detailed die-cast down to the diamond plate on the catwalk. And full chrome exhaust stacks. Yep. If I could get this thing off the base, it may say what it is, or it would take some tools I don't have with me right now, but I think it might be an international the more I look at it. Could still be a Freightliner Columbia. I don't know. Leave me a comment and let me know if you know. Alright, that's going to do it for the show. I am so glad that you tuned in today. If you're brand new to finding my show, I've got over 150 different videos in my library for you to go back and check out. So go back in that older content and look at all the videos that I've made. Have a lot of variety and different interests, from lowriders to race trucks, wheel swaps, customizations, and just die-cast of all kinds in general. Also, I have a lot of shorts videos that range from about 20 to 30 seconds. They're a lot of fun to watch, and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd like to thank you for bearing with me as at the times I lost my voice. Very unfortunate. You'll have that sometimes whenever you are doing anything live. It's been worse before. One time I had a very large public speaking event, and I lost my voice 20 minutes into a 40-minute speaking event, and I had to finish. Everybody was there, and I had to finish. It was absolutely a nightmare. So 20-something minute video on YouTube, no problem. Glad you were here today, and hope to see you next time. Thanks.